this is a gameplay breakdown of this ranked game right here, and hopefully you guys take a lot of things off this gameplay right here to help you guys in your future in your future gameplay playing ranked on Apex Legends. We're about to get into our first gunfight here, but then I noticed this cart coming from behind us, and I'm playing a defensive character, Watson, so I have just placed some fences into that cart just in case we get pushed from behind by another team. You should always be ready, always be prepared to get third party in this game. If you played Apex Legends, you know one of the biggest issues is third party, and they happen quite frequently, and yeah, you always be prepared for a third party, guys. Always be prepared. So I've placed my fences on that card, but then I put some damage into this into that that low bar, and the low bar ran away, and so I've just pushed this little cargo, or whatever you want to call it, whatever you want to call this thing. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it looks like a cargo container or whatever it shit is. But I pushed in here and placed my friends, and sat on the head glitch to see what is going on, to pick the enemies and put some damage down range, and that is exactly what I've done. And then I hit one of the enemies and they backed up. I don't know why these enemies aren't standing their ground to fight us, but they kept backing up, so I kept pushing forward. Luckily for me, my teammates were actually smart to actually push with me, which is really huge. Like, when you see your teammates like fighting in the game, don't be one of those teammates that just sit back. Don't be one of those random that just sit back and wait for your teammate to do everything. Help them out, give them some support or cover fire or whatever you can do to help them in gunfights. Don't just sit back and hope you win the game to get gain RP. That can only get you so far in this game. In this game, you're gonna have to fight to get some kills to get you to maximize your RP gain in game, which is gonna help you rank up faster and get as close to a predator as possible. As you guys see, I am making good plays here, communicating with my teammates. One thing though, I'm gonna take this back real quick. One thing back here, as I was pushing this position right here, after putting some shots down range, I noticed this this little lethal. What is it called? From the lethal from this character, what is it called? What's the name of this character? I forgot. But you guys can see what the annotation on screen, the arrow pointing towards the lethal's position. But I believe he was right over there. He was right over there shooting. So I have pinged there, as you can see, using the ping system. I have let my teammate know that there might be an enemy there, so keep an eye out as I use my ping there. Watch, ping there. Keep an eye out over there. You can see the yellow ping on there. I'll just let my teammate know just in case he picked again. But as I'm doing that, I am covering gun, and then as I push this position here, I noticed something. I am literally exposing myself, so I've backed up into cover and picked and aim to make sure enemies aren't picking that door, to shoot me if I pushed. So I gotta be careful with that. That's one thing you gotta be careful with. Just always be cautious of what you're doing, guys. Always be cautious. So he threw that lethal again and did some damage to this Octane, and he backed up. Smart play from him. And then I placed my Watson pylon down, thinking they were going to stand their ground and fight us, but they ended up backing up even further because they were trying to escape. But then as I placed the Watson pylon, then I noticed they backed up, so I pushed up to cover more ground. So before they escaped, I was trying to chase them down and gun them down as quick as I could, and my teammates were actually following me, which was really good. And then they didn't just sit back and wait for me to do all the work. They were actually supporting me and pushing with me, giving me some support here, which is very, very helpful for my teammates. Even though I don't think one of them spoke really good English, but the other one, the other one's English was pretty good. As I opened communication with them, he was able to communicate with me quite well, which was really good, and that really helped help the game. I'm gonna use player, and then I've pretty much pushed in this building, and then I noticed something. I had them taking off, trying to redeploy and push away from us, and then I covered ground and my teammates followed, which was really good, and tried to get some shots in, but my aim wasn't that good, so they ended up getting away. It's all good. If you want to be part of the brave ones, hit the follow button to be part of the community, guys. Hit the like, and I'm gonna be dropping more contents like this in the future to improve you guys' game. Right, so I have pushed on and caught up with my teammates, and we're now in the standoff. We're at the standoff at this point. I put some shots down range, but then I noticed I'm at a disadvantage because the enemies are using snipers and I'm using the wingman with no scope. So I had to drop down there because I'm obviously at a disadvantage. At any point in time during a gameplay, when you are ever at a disadvantage, fall back and regroup and rethink your strategy is the best way to go about things. Don't just push in head first. That's one sure way to get killed and get got down very easy. And yeah, I'm gonna hit play now. Right, so as I was looking at this other position to see if there was any other enemies here, my teammate dropped a jump pad. I think he noticed that the enemies pushed up, so we obviously covered more ground and pushed forward and pressed on to cover more ground to fight the enemies. And one thing you want to notice here, I'm going to press pause again. One thing I want to point out here is my movement here. My movement at this point was very, very important because these guys were sniping. So like, to really hit a shot with a sniper, your tracking has to be on point. And these guys, obviously most console players have very bad tracking, and the best way to evade enemies with bad tracking is moving zigzag. You can't be running straight in a straight line directly at them, or you just get headshots and get killed very easy. And as you guys may notice here, I'm advancing towards them, but I'm pushing up zigzag, the zigzag pattern. I'm pushing up zigzag into cover, back out of cover, but I'm trying to confuse them and prevent myself for taking damage. I only just took a bit of damage and I'm right up against the enemies again. We've caught up to the enemies now, and my teammates knocked one of them. I didn't even notice that then. But as I pushed there, I noticed that this guy, one of the enemies, were knocked, and this Valkyrie kind of just left him behind, obviously, because he took a significant amount of damage. He was very low, but he managed to get his shields off. And I'm gonna pause this here. I needed to point something out again. He managed to get his shield off then, so I wasn't able to knock him. But then, as he was running away, I obviously pressed forward to re-engage him. But then he just keeps going. He just kept running away. Another thing I had to point out again is my weapon hustling. You see, every time I am running and sprinting at the enemies, I am literally hustling my weapon, and what this does is helps you move faster. It gives you a slight increase in movement speed, and it helps you move faster, man. If you don't know how to do this and you don't find know a reason to, then this is probably a really good reason to start hustling your weapons a lot more. It gives you extra speed boost to be able to maybe slide, so you don't get dead slides and stuff. So it gives you good momentum to get your slide in and be able to cover more grounds as much as you can. As you can see, every time I am running up around the corner, I pull my weapon back out. I'm gonna play that now. You see, I pull my weapon back out, and I notice there's no one here. I hustle again, and I slide forward, pull my weapon back out, and I hustle again, slide and then put my weapon back out. That's how that's just my thought pattern. I just do this automatically. I don't really think about this when doing it, but there's something to really think of and implement in your game. It will improve your game significantly and make it a lot better than what it is. Right, so they managed to escape acid wall, and then I wasn't able to deal any more damage. Right, so yeah, that is pretty much the first part of the gameplay, and we were able to successfully take down one of the that enemy team, but the other two ended up escaping. The Valkyrie with very low health, luckily for them. I wasn't able to catch up on time, which was unfortunate, but it is what it is. Right, so but then we noticed something else. There were more gunfights. We were hearing more gunfights nearby, and we ended up pushing the gunfight. I'm going to stop talking here because this is the bit where I open communication with my teammates. This whole time they were speaking in another language. I'm not sure what language they were speaking. I think it might be a Middle Eastern language, or maybe German, but they didn't sound very German. I wasn't 100% sure what language they were speaking, but I didn't understand them. So I haven't talked or spoken to them at this whole time. I've just been pinging, and they've been very clued in and been very, intuitive to my ping and my communication, my non-verbal communication with them, which was very important. And I'm gonna hit play here. As you can see, we noticed there was a gunfight happening just up down here. So we've just pushed up, and my teammates engaged the team, and I've just pushed in with them. As I slid down that ledge, then I noticed that the whole squad were literally just bunched up back there. So I knew there was no enemies gonna be on this side. So that's why I pushed this angle to flank. While my teammates kept an eye over the other side. So as I was moving here, this lifeline came around the corner, and I was able to deal more damage onto that lifeline, and I was able to deal significant amount of damage to the other player, the GB. And then the third guy kind of just drained me a little bit, so I backed off a bit to place my one piece of my fence down in case I needed to use it again. So I've slid in here with my Arc Star because this GB places bubble. I was trying to stick him there, but I missed. And then my teammate went in and cleaned up pretty much. And that's how we got to this second bit of the gameplay. We got everything off. And then I noticed here that I was low on energy ammo. I had to switch to a different weapon, and I found the 301, which was a perfect and the perfect weapon to have at this point of the game, and it really helped and really served well. And I'm going to show you guys the technique that I use going forward from here with the 301 and the 3x scope. And here it is. One other thing though, if you haven't got a headset, a gaming headset, it's probably really helpful to have a gaming headset, because this will help you with with hearing enemy movement and be more intuitive in game to know what's going on in your environment. And then as I was healing up here, I noticed enemies were in this building. I could literally hear their movement, and I pinged to let my teammates know, and they responded immediately to my ping, which is really good. I was able to do a significant amount of damage to that. Okay, I'm gonna pause this here, bring this back a little bit. So I did significant amount of damage to this wraith, and then I pressed on. As soon as I pressed on, my teammates kind of followed me with his jump pad, which was really good. But as I slid down here, you see what I did? Because I am going close range, I removed my 3x scope. So I removed my 3x scope, and now I've got no scope on the 301. I could drop and I could drop in and deal as much damage as I can, being accurate, because I can ADS and scope in without having the 3x scope right against my face, and I was able to get all 3 enemies and take them down. That was really good. Yeah, I think this was the second or first. Sorry, this was the third gunfight we've been in now, and we've killed all three teams, which is really good. Well, we didn't kill the completely kill the first team, but we did well on that one. But then I've requested shield battery at this point. I just verbally requested a shield battery, and my teammate pinged some shield batteries in this dev box for me, and I went for it. Right. So right. So going for that, like my teammate pinged enemy's position. Obviously, there was a hit shield deployed back there, and my teammate pinged that, but we could not scope out any enemies, and then we had a few seconds left before the ring started collapsing. But then another team pushed us, but they quickly regret that because they noticed we all had the red shield against them. It was against a duo team that had blue and purple shields. It may have been the first team that we just fought against. I think that was them. I'm not 100% on that, but I think that might have been them. Might have been them, but they ended up backing up, and we did the same because the ring was collapsing, so we needed to get in the ring. And here is where we met another team. It was another duo team, and we were able to take them. It was a GB and I think a Wraith. I'm not sure. I don't think I ever saw the other guy in the team, but I was able to take down the GB, and that was it. The GB was down, and then this is where it is important to have a movement legend. I think this point of the gameplay is where it's important to have a movement character on every team, whether it's Valkyrie or Octane or even Pathfinder. It's really good to have a good movement character on your team, in case you have your back against the corner, and it just helps you be more malleable and be a little bit more easy to change positions and that. And this will really come in play. But then I heard something back here. I heard the hit shield going out, so I've pinged that to my teammate, and I've let them know I heard the hit shield back here. But then I didn't find any enemies. But I think because I think they pushed up
I heard
quite further up than I thought, and weren't able to catch them up. But I think we later did. We took them all out. But yes, where the jump pad really comes into play. We had our back against the corner, and we had some long bows shooting at us from the hilltop, and I've just let my this hasn't happened yet, but then I've just gone back to this replicator to get some more ammo as I ran out, and let my teammate know. I think this was the bit where the jump pad came in clutch, because we had our back against the corner at this point. We could not run up on them, but the only way we could go is that direction. And then I called it out. I was like, hey, let's go this way. And my teammates used the jump pad, and we just ended up running off. And this is where we met the final few squads. And here we go. I'm not gonna talking. I'm gonna stop talking for a bit. Right, so I've let my teammate know I'm gonna go flank to take out this GB because he split off from his team, and the Octane joined me, but I thought it was the enemy's Octane, so I turned around to shoot at him, but then I noticed it was my teammate, and then we just both went in and took the GB out. Right, so that was done, healed up, and then we pressed forward. The funniest thing happened going up the hill, which is gonna happen shortly. But let me know what you guys think in the comments of this gameplay. If you want to see more gameplay breakdowns like this, let me know in the comments, man. It will be very helpful. And then I saw this Pathfinder just sitting and hoping a spot him, but I did, and I took him out. Unlucky guy. I don't know what he was trying to accomplish there, but he clearly failed. And then this, my Octane teammates pinged any more enemy's position. I wasn't able to get any shots in, so I called out for us to press on the enemies, because I noticed they both backed off. So I pressed on, and my teammates followed. We see my teammate was using his lethal here, took down Nakstar with this low back to damage from, and were able to knock him and got that kill. And then press forward to fight the other teams. I've just placed a few of my fences here just in case enemies tried to push our position, so I put down a couple of fences as cover to secure this position. And then my teammates pinged that behind that supply bin there was a rift back there, and I just couldn't see spot the rift from that angle. I was gonna press on this position because I had a team fight in there, but my teammate pinged back there, and I was able to get a few damage onto the rift, almost cracked him, and then my teammates cracked him, and then I pressed forward to finish him out, but he was able to escape. I ran back towards my teammate, and my teammate took him out. I think that was it for this gunfight, and then at this point it was the last team, and it was just one guy left. It was one Valkyrie left. I'm not sure, but it might have been the Valkyrie that we fought against at the very start. Was able to kill the Valkyrie, and again the jump pad came in hand again. I could hear the Valkyrie trying to get up on that hill, but the hill kept pushing the Valkyrie off. I think that was what was happening at the time. And then when I used the jump pad, the jump pad pushed me off. Sorry, the hill pushed me off. I got pushed off the hill as myself, and fell into the ring, which took a chunk of my health. And but I was able to take out the Valkyrie at the end there.
You dropped.
I went on the jump pad, took me up with the Octane, but the Octane fell back on the other side, but he later joined me. I was able to get that kill. Let me know, guys, if you want to see more breakdowns like this. It would be very helpful to know what you guys want to see on this page. This is us congratulating each other. Hopefully my voiceover is clear enough, because the game audio might have been louder than my voiceover. I hope not, but it may have been, and hopefully you guys were able to catch as much part of the gameplay as possible, and you guys understood what I have done so far with the gameplay. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the new page design, the new page name, everything. It would be really nice and really helpful to know, guys. Most of you might be seeing Brave for the first time and thinking, I don't remember subscribing or following this page, but I used to be CCB. Hopefully you guys do remember, and please show your support in the comments. Leave a like, leave a reaction, whatever you're going to do for us, help the page. Hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, and share the gameplay and share the video. We will very much appreciate it, guys. I'll see you guys soon with more Apex Legends content here on Brave. This is Brave signing off. Peace.